Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Brizzy Bree. It's me. Hi. I'm kind of back. I know it's been so long, and I know I haven't been posting. I don't really have an excuse for that. Well, I've been in school and, busy. So, but I have something special for you today. Okay, so I've been working kind of on a project. Like, it's not like a project, but it's like a project. So recently I decided that I could write a book. I decided that I would write a book, and while I was writing the book, I decided to write another book. So I got my package today from the place where I ordered the book that I wrote. So I'm gonna open it, but I'm going to let you guys in on a few facts on how I decided and executed this project. Okay, so here's the package, right? I'm not gonna dox myself and show you my address or my real name, so let's go like that. Right, perfect. So this is from lulu.com, right? Let's go back, let's rewind. I listened to this motivational speech from Steve Harvey. I love Steve Harvey, I think he's hilarious. But he said in his video, or the video of him doing his speech, that you should write 300 things down in a journal or somewhere that you could see every day, and 300 prayers basically that you would say to God every day of things that you want to happen in your life and things that you need to change, right? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. I could do 300 things, whatever. I got to like around 75 and I was like, ooh, what else do I want? So then I started to get real specific, and then I got to like 200 something and I was like, ugh, I'm still kind of stuck. And then I kept writing, and I realized that not everything, that you want per se is a need, and not everything that you think you need, you want. I hope that makes sense to somebody out there. Sometimes I don't make sense, but that's not the point. The point is I decided to do it, and I realized when I was dedicated and consistent with reading those things and praying and all that stuff, that yeah, a lot of those things did come true. And in Steve Harvey's speech, he said about 10%, around 30 of the things that you write down that you want from God in your journal or wherever you're writing it, those will come true, and you realize that some of the other things were not necessarily needs, they were just wants. And then you rewrite, your wants and needs. I know the lighting is getting a little weird because the sun is kind of going down, and my phone is like trying to figure out how to adjust to that. Sorry. I'll get a camera soon, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't do it right now. Just not right now. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway. So I decided, because it was hard for me to write the 300 things that I wanted. And then after a year, I found out that 30 of those things did come true, and that I needed them, and some of the other things I didn't need. I decided, okay, it's hard for me to write a new list of 300 things that I want now, because I felt like I didn't know who I was really. And I wasn't sure what things were really important to me, or what things just seem important to me, or what things I wanted just because other people wanted it for me, or like what I think comes with the things that should happen for me. So I decided to do a journal called Journey to Me. I like to title things that I do. So it was called Journey to Me. And I wrote in that journal, and at first it started off with like just random notes of things like I really enjoy doing. And I was like, okay, crocheting, doing my hair, makeup, eating food, sleeping in, like stuff like that. But then I started to like think of it as if I was on a date with myself. What questions would I ask myself so that I can know who this person is that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, right? And I thought about it because I said, you know, you're really going to spend the rest of your life with you, because there's no one else, not even your significant other, who is going to be with you every single moment of every single day for the rest of your life until you give up the ghost, that last breath, right? So in my head, I was thinking, if you lived with somebody and you were with them all the time and you didn't like them or you didn't know them really, that would be such a miserable place to be. And it would be a miserable life. So then I thought to myself, what about the people who don't know who they are, or the people who don't really like themselves or don't love themselves for real? Living with themselves every day, they're gonna have a miserable life. They're probably living a miserable life right now because you're literally living with somebody you resent. If you imagine like somebody constantly with you all the time and you don't like them, or you just like feel like they're a stranger, wouldn't you like not hate them? Like, would you not like that? I said that really weird, but I meant like, wouldn't you hate that, or wouldn't you not like it at all, dislike it? You know what I'm saying? So I decided to get to know myself and get to love myself and learn the things that bring out my greatnesses, learn the things that are my weaknesses, but learn to not hate my weaknesses, learn to really appreciate the fact that even though I have weaknesses, that I have the type of mindset that tries to turn them around, and know that I have strengths that people do not have, and they benefit from me being with them because I have these strengths. So I did that. And then I was listening to this podcast. I listened to a person who does streaming on Twitch and stuff like that. And we had a conversation that was similar to what I was talking about. And the comment section was just going off, and they were asking questions and they were saying things. And I was like, I wonder if other people think the same way like how I was thinking at that time. And they just need a place to start, a place where they can really find themselves. I wanted to say where they could find their heart, because then it would rhyme, but I know this is not a poem. I'm just trying to like explain something to you guys, and I'm being a little weird right now, I'm sorry. But as I was saying, yes, I just wanted to give people, or certain people, those people who want to look and find themselves, I want to give them a place to start. So let's open this package. Let's see what my book looks like. And then like while I was like writing the questions and like trying to figure out like how to organize them, so I went through the journal where I was asking myself the questions, and I kind of like made better questions, I want to say. I'm not gonna say better questions, but I used ChatGPT to help me like figure out how I want to ask the questions, right? Or I asked ChatGPT to help me organize them based on category and stuff like that. And I also wrote a lot of things, guys. I wrote a lot of things. So the point is that I wrote this book, and I hope I could share it with you and other people. Coming soon to the public, of course, for public purchase, but not yet. I want to say September time frame. And yeah, are you guys ready to see the book? Have I stalled long enough? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay, so I named the book 1K to You, 1,000 Questions to Get to Know Yourself. And I put my name Brizzy Central because, I mean, you guys don't really have to know my name, but at the same time, I feel like Brizzy Central is another part of me, not necessarily like my alias or whatever you want to say, but Brizzy and Brianna are the same person, except for Brizzy is just more out there. She's known by many people. She's on YouTube, she's on TikTok, she's on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And Brianna is just more like a safe space for Brizzy. For when Brizzy is done being an extrovert and she wants to go into her introverted tendencies, Brianna's there for her. Anyway, so this is the book, and there's questions on the inside, right? And I tried to leave enough space for if you wanted to write inside the book. However, I thought of that, I think ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. I thought it would be better if everybody gets like a notebook or a journal or something, and you just kind of like write along while you're writing in the book. But I think that majority of these questions shouldn't be too long. I don't know, but yeah, I just think that some of this is really important, and some people really need to get to know it, get to know yourself, and I love it. So I'm excited to share this part of my life with you guys, and I think that somebody out there is gonna need this book, and don't be ashamed if you do. Don't be ashamed if you don't. And if you don't want to buy the book, that's okay. If you do want to buy the book, I love it. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, I'm gonna stop the video now because I don't have much else to say. This is why I usually do voiceovers, because I'm a little peculiar. But some people say they like that, so I don't know. Anyway, 1K to You, coming to the public for purchase in September, and maybe earlier than that. If it's earlier than that, I'll let you guys know. But if you're excited for this book, or if you're excited for any book, because I also love to read, let me know in the comment section. And as always, thank you guys for watching and supporting me, even though I haven't been posting much lately. I really do appreciate you guys.